Okay, hello everybody. We are back again for another live event, and I have Aisha with me. Hi, Aisha. How are you?
Hello, Jessica. Hi, everyone. Nice to have you with us.
Aisha, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. I'm going to talk a little bit and then we'll get into the interview. So first off, I want to say hi. My name is Jessica. I'm the social media and community manager here at University of the People, and it's a pleasure to be here today with Aisha as usual. As usual, it's a pleasure to be here today. And today we have a special guest, Aisha, who is an education student. So we've had a lot of people interested in learning more about the education degree that we offer at UoPeople. So I thought it would be really great to talk a little bit about what UoPeople offers, and then have Aisha talk about her experience at UoPeople. So let me just say a few things about UoPeople. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. This live event is for applicants and it's for students also. So like I said, we're here to talk about the education major or degree at UoPeople. I want to say that we had a really great live event yesterday where I went over how to apply to UoPeople. We changed the application process to make it easier, simpler, faster. So there is a link to the application in the description of this event. So feel free to go there. It is your first chance to apply to UoPeople. So if you haven't done that yet, please go ahead. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me on social media. You can reach out to admissions@uopeople.edu, or you can reach out to your advisor, your admissions advisor. So we know that Corona has impacted students from all over the world, but we want to remind you that nothing at UoPeople has changed. Everything is the same. Aisha, what's going on in Nigeria with Corona? I'm curious.
Wow, we've been locked down in my state for almost 3 months.
Oh
We've
my
been at home. Yeah, it's not been easy. It's been a change in everything, how you communicate, how you do everything, basically live. The only thing that has not changed has been my studies with you of people. I was a bit apprehensive. I thought it was the normal online school that people don't go to school, maybe because there's a holiday or something. But I was so thrilled that we're able to wrap up our semester, our term last fourth term, and we're starting our new term tomorrow. Nothing has changed. In fact, the pandemic or the lockdown was a blessing because I was able to really understand and focus on my education, on like when we have other things to do and you're distracted, you have to meet up deadlines. And I got an A. So yeah, the lockdown was a good thing for my studies.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. So thank you for sharing that, Aisha. I'm happy to hear that you're doing well with your studies despite the lockdown in Nigeria. So guys, I know that Corona has impacted our students from all over the world, but I want to remind you that nothing has changed at UoPeople. We've stayed the same. We work round the clock to provide you with the cutting edge with the best thanks to our cutting edge technology, our professors, staff, instructors. We're all here working for you to make sure that nothing is disrupted. Our students just had exams. I hear, and I understand that there was no disruption. So we really are working very, very hard to make sure that everything is stable and effective. We are a great solution for you. So to our viewers, I encourage you to ask questions throughout the live event. If I do not cover the question, please do. We will get back to you with the answer after the event. So I just want to say a few things about UoPeople for those who don't know. We are 100% online, so this gives students flexibility to complete coursework at their leisure. We are also tuition free. You will never have to pay a yearly tuition, just small minimal fees to keep us up and running. We do have grants and scholarships available for those who, for those of you who may need it. We have very strong academic leadership team coming from the best universities around the world, NYU, UC Berkeley, University of Edinburgh, Princeton, just to name a few. There's a full list on our website. So we actually have just under 40,000 students studying with us as of tomorrow in the new term. We did have 31,000 last term, and now we're up to 40. So I want to reiterate that even though we keep growing and growing and growing, there's still room for more students. We are here for you. The classes, the quality will not go down. I had to think. The quality will not go down. It will only go up. So we're really prepared to even take in more students. So I'm really proud of this at UoPeople. So we have, like I said, almost 40,000 students from over 200 countries and territories. This allows students to build friendships with people from all over the world. So with that being said, you might not be proficient in English, but that's okay. We do offer an English composition course to catch you up to speed, so not to worry. Okay, so we are talking about education today, right? So we do offer a Master of Education in Advanced Teaching. Our mission is to increase the amount of highly skilled teachers across the world. So our program is also designed to train students for dynamic careers in education, childcare, and community leadership, with a focus on human development, teaching, learning theory, behavior management, and assessment of learning to prepare for careers in public and private schools, community colleges, and other educational settings. Students can choose to specialize in either elementary or middle school education or secondary education. Okay, that was a mouthful, but I think we got it. I think that Aisha, I'm pretty sure the viewers are here for you. So I'm going to stop talking so much, and I'm going to ask you if you can tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I am Aisha Adamu. I'm a Nigerian. I'm a wife, and I'm
Okay, the internet's a little spotty. Aisha, can you hear us?
To be a mother of family.
Aisha,
yes, I can. I can hear you.
The internet's a little spotty. Sorry, can you start from the beginning?
Okay, I introduced myself. I said my name is Aisha Adamu. I am a Nigerian. I'm a wife and I'm a mother of 3 lovely kids. I have a bachelor's degree in mass communication and English. I obtained from a Nigerian university in Kano State, Nigeria. I also have a diploma in education administration and management from the Asian College of Teachers, that's in India. I am currently pursuing my master in advanced teaching with a very prestigious and disruptive University of the People. I have about 20 years work experience. In the last 4 years, I moved into the education sector in Nigeria. I was motivated to move into the education sector because I wanted to provide solutions to some social issues that I had experienced or I have observed over the years. My interest was to raise financially independent children. So my friend and I, we offer our services to children between the age of 5 and 14. That's basic education. We teach academics alongside entrepreneurship. So whatever we do need to skills is a way of life. So I see a lot of things that we do at UoPeople helping my learners to become global leaders as well as embrace who they are. We do not want to change who we are. We just want to embrace new ways of doing things and thrive globally. So basically that's what I do. I also I'm a subject teacher. I teach office management. Office management basically is raising administrative staff so that you can work efficiently in an office. I teach office management. Sometimes I teach English, depending on our staff strength. I was very excited to hear about University of People. This is my third term at the University of the People, and it has been a life-changing process for me, I must say. I have learned a lot. I have grown. I don't understand who I am anymore. It's like I'm always reading. My self-efficacy has skyrocketed. I'm always reading. I'm always researching, and these are all skills I learned and inculcated because of University of the People.
Wow, 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 wow. Amazing. So, okay, let's like that you have a lot of really amazing experience. We'll get into that in a minute, but I kind of want to like rewind a little bit and ask you why you wanted to pursue higher education and maybe what some of the challenges were in pursuing that in Nigeria.
Okay, my first reason for wanting to pursue a higher education is actually to build up my competence because I did not study education before I went into teaching. I learned on the job. I just learned from trial and error. So I
Wow.
wanted to really learn yes, I wanted to learn and acquire the skills to make me a competent teacher. That was why I went for a higher education. And because I'm already working, and like I said earlier on, I'm a mother, I have a business, a school to run, it's not going to be easy for me to go for an in-class kind of degree where I have to go to school. So I was looking for online master's program. I saw a lot that were way above my budget. I couldn't afford it, and I came across University of the People through a friend. I was skeptical because 200 I were supposed to pay $200 or so and $60 for registration. It seemed like a scam to me because Nigerians were always very, very apprehensive. I mean, is it really possible to get an American degree at that price? I started reading a lot about University of the People. It took me a while to really think that yes, this is real, it's not a scam. So basically I wanted to upskill, and I wanted an online flexible mode of learning. And University of the People offered me that and much more.
Okay, amazing. So you had a friend studying at University of the People, and that's how you heard of us. And had you been to school before? Did you study in?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Like I said, I have a bachelor's degree in mass
Okay,
communication. That's like journalism and
that's right.
English. I also have done. Yes, I have a postgraduate diploma in education I acquired, even though I'm still awaiting my results. But after my postgraduate diploma, I still felt that I had not really upskilled. I had not gained the competence I desired to gain. So I was still looking for what else can I do? How else can I really learn this education thing and be a competent educationist? And that's why I was looking for opportunities to learn.
Okay, amazing. And a lot of viewers I see are asking how you balance everything with 3 children. Maybe you could talk a little bit about that. University of the People is 100% online, so I'm sure that helps a little bit. So how do you balance work, school, and a family? I'm very curious.
Wow, my first term was a roller coaster ride. It wasn't easy, I must confess. I think online school or online learning is a skill that you have to develop and master. Initially, I was overwhelmed because I felt that I had to do everything at the same time. And once it's Thursday when we have our new task released to us, I'm already very tensed and very nervous. Will I be able to cope? Do I need to read everything? How do I program myself? How do I give my children time? But eventually, I took it easy, and I developed a timetable for myself. I take my courses, for example, the discussion forum. I make sure I finish my discussion forum in 2 days. Initially, I used to do everything at the same time. I used to do everything at the same time. The three tasks we had, I would touch on this, leave, touch on this, and I ended up not finishing any task on time. But I now developed a timetable for myself, which worked perfectly for me. And my kids now, they understand that when mommy is in school, when I have my earpiece on and I'm watching my videos from school, school, they know that this is learning time and they need to respect that, because you need to teach children how to also give you some time to yourself. And
Right.
I have been able to come up with a very perfect timetable that works for myself and my family.
Well, you sound like a really, really wonderful mom, and everyone's saying, I don't know if you could see the comments, but they're saying really wonderful things, like you're real life Wonder Woman. Thank you, Christopher. Such a strong
Thank
lady.
you.
Natalie, everyone is very supportive of you, as they should be. You're
Thank
wonderful.
you.
You're doing wonderful things in life. So I want to
Thank
ask you
you.
about your experience at University of the People. Maybe what it was like learning, what it's like learning there, course, in the courses, instructors, students, people you met. Maybe you can start with what it's like to learn at UoPeople.
Okay. I would like to start with a quote I came across when I was researching for one of my tasks. It's by Anatole France. He says, nine tenth of education is encouragement. Basically, that's what University of the People is to me. It's about having instructors, having peers that encourage and cheer you to be the best version of yourself. Like I told you earlier, it was not easy. My first term was not easy. It was a roller coaster ride. I was thinking of even, taking some time off to really get the hang of this thing. But I came across a professor that's he shined the lights in my eyes, and he was like, "You're such an intelligent woman, and I advise you go for your PhD in the next 3 years." I always viewed myself as an average student, and there a lecturer is telling me that I'm an intelligent lady. I was, my self confidence skyrocketed. And once you
Wow.
can encourage a learner to believe in him or herself, half of the job is done. So my confidence has really been boosted. And also, one thing about University of the People is that even though a lot of the contents are from, America and other Western worlds, our instructors, they encourage us to localize the contents. So whatever you read, like when I took the course history, education in context, that is the history, philosophy, and sociology of education, I learned a lot about the American system, about how education came to be in American system, and we were given a lot of assignments to talk about the history of our own countries. I was able to see a lot of relationship between American context and the Nigerian context. So a lot of the contents, even though we are exposed to the global trends, we're also encouraged to localize whatever we learn, internalize it, and come up with a process or a philosophy that is best for your own society. So at the end of the day, you're gaining experience to better your society, and you can also stand out in a highly competitive world. You can go to whichever Western world and still talk of education as though you were brought up there. So that to me is phenomenal. It's more than I bargained for. Also, I like the fact that we have the peer-to-peer learning. I have learned a lot from my peers. When we do the discussion forum last term, we did a discussion forum on things that affect teachers. What should teachers look out for in their students that you need to address to enhance learning environment? I was so amazed by the different problems that teachers encounter in the classroom, and it's similar to Nigeria. So really, we're a global world. It's a global village. Whatever you're going through in whatever part of the country, it's applicable in another part of the country. That peer-to-peer learning is amazing. You are learning from not just the professor, you're also learning from about 20 peers. The group we have group task also that we do. And last term, all of us in the group, we live in different time zones. So you can imagine coordinating a group project from people in different time zones. We could not have any live discussion. When I'm going to bed, that's when they're starting their day. When somebody else is starting his day, that's when you're retiring for the day. And so it makes you to think outside the box. It's kind of just makes you a very creative, and you don't give up regardless of you need to deliver on your task. I have formed phenomenal friendships over the term. I have formed friendships from people in Iraq, people in Egypt, people in America I've never seen. I've also learned about best practices, and even in my school, a lot of things have changed. This is just my third term, and I can already see the growth and the impact it has in my school. So really, there is no word to describe what the experience. It's an amazing experience, and it's something I would advise anyone that wants to be a global teacher or global educationist to please give a look, give a University of the People an opportunity, and definitely it will be worth your while.
Wow, Aisha, you are so motivational, and a lot of people are saying that also. They took the words out of my mouth. I'm curious, you touched on it a bit, but maybe we could circle back a bit how studying education at UoPeople has helped you in your career. Um, you know, are you able to
Okay.
easily apply what you're learning to the job? Maybe you could talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I started teaching. I went into the education with basically no knowledge about education. It was just a trial and error. When I started teaching, personally, I didn't even have a teaching philosophy. I didn't even know what a teaching philosophy meant. It was my first term that we were given a project, a task in the group discussion to come up with a teaching philosophy. And that was when I realized that when you're going to teach, it's not just about delivering the curriculum. You need to look holistically at what kind of child are you nurturing, what kind of student are you nurturing, and everything about your teaching needs to revolve around that philosophy. So, for example, if you want to raise financially independent children, like I said, our school want to raise financially independent children, we need to tie our curriculum, we need to tie our teaching methodology, our pedagogy, we need to tie it into that. So it's not abstract any longer. It's not enough to learn about philosophers. That's one thing that I'm so impressed with the University of the People. Other than teaching you about philosophers, but they also make you come up with your own philosophy. So it's not just adopting, that's where we have gotten it wrong. We have adopted things that do not work in our society. University of the People encourages you to learn from other people and then come and localize it, like I've said. So I had to come up with my teaching philosophy. I had to come up, we even treated, for example, discipline management. I didn't know that there were models of discipline management. I was amazed when I read about discipline management. You have to come as a school and decide what kind of discipline management do you want to have. Discipline management needs to be behavioral management, sorry. It needs to be in sync across board. So, for example, if one teacher is using a different model and you are using a different model, it kind of like it confuses the children. So they need to understand if I do this, this is the repercussion. If I do this, this is the reward. We had to come as a school, sit down together, and come up with a new behavioral management for our school. All these things wouldn't have been possible without University of the People because we really didn't know, and you understand. So it has definitely changed my career. It has changed the way I see education. And education, being a teacher, is it's not just about delivering a curriculum. That I know for sure. It's not just about delivering a curriculum. It's a whole package, and you have to look at it from different angles. And that is what I'm learning. I'm learning to take each piece, each part of education, and putting it together and coming up with my own philosophy that would work for my own learners.
Wow, amazing. I just want to say a really nice comment that somebody had for you. I'm going to show it on the screen. It's so cute.
Oh,
So sweet. From Den, Aisha, you are one of the best I've listened to since I started participating in UoPeople live events. You are a
oh,
star,
thank
Aisha.
you, thank you, Mr. Scholar, thank you.
I wanted to ask our viewers, I'm curious, can you guys tell us who here are people here studying education? Like I assume a lot of the viewers are, since that's the subject, but I'm very curious. So maybe our viewers can say, hi, I'm studying education, and Aisha is
Hi,
amazing.
classmates. Hi,
Um,
classmates.
um, wow, Aisha, very interesting information you're sharing. Can you share with us some highlights from your career path as a global educator?
When I started, okay, I don't know if our viewers know that the master of education in master in advanced teaching by the University of UoPeople is delivered in conjunction with the IB.
Yeah. Oh, Aisha, you froze a little bit.
I'm not sure if you mentioned.
You froze a little bit, but I haven't talked about the IB. Maybe you can speak about that if you get unfrozen. Okay.
That at the beginning of the yes, and the IB is the standard. It's like, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Yeah. Hi.
Okay, so I was saying that the master's program at the University of the People is delivered in conjunction with the IB, and IB is like the godfather of education. Let's put it that way. They have a very high standard of education, and so we're using their model, and they are instilling being global in your thoughts and all that. I must say that has really, really impacted in my career. I didn't even know anything about the IB. Now I'm looking at taking courses with IB. I had reached out to my program advisor and had said that how do I get to be certified as an IB instructor? So these are things that definitely will affect my career. I was fortunate. I just got a scholarship with the IB. So if you're also planning on taking education, IB offers full scholarship, but it's a rigorous process, and it's something that you should consider taking, applying to. I also was very fortunate. I got a scholarship, and my registration fee was waived by the University of the People. It sounds like it's not real, but it's real. And I'm on my way to becoming a master in advanced teaching. So please join me. Your career will never be the same.
Okay, amazing. That's really great to hear. What kind of tips do you have for other students who are trying to advance their career in education?
First and foremost, I would have to say that for me, one of the most important um, attributes that any educator should have is adaptability. Anybody that wants to go into education needs to be ready to adapt to whatever situation. That means you're going to have different kinds of learners in your class. You should be able to adapt to their different learning style. You should be able to adapt to different contexts when you teach. How some visual learners may not really understand when you're talking and you're giving them notes and they need to write. So you need to be very adaptive. Education, we all know that the world is changing rapidly. The world is changing, and the education sector is not left out of the change. We can see how the pandemic has changed education and I'm sure that going forward education will never be the same. Everybody is now struggling to learn how to deliver content online. If you're not adaptive, a lot of teachers have shown some kind of resistance in accepting this new challenge. Once you're not adaptive, you cannot make it as a teacher. You'll be stuck in your old ways, and you're raising children in another generation. How you were taught is not how you will teach. You need to be flexible. You need to be open-minded. Initially I would have said patience. Patience is very key, but being adaptive is even more key when you're talking of education. You need to also have a lot of self-efficacy. You need to be self-motivated. That means that you should go out of your way. Even though your school gives you a curriculum, we all know that schools give curriculums and schools want to be better. If you are a teacher that wants to stand out, you should be ready to research whatever your school gives you and offer even better ways of doing things for your school. That's one value you should bring to the classroom.
Okay,
You should
amazing.
be ready
Wow.
to read. A teacher never stops reading. A teacher never stops reading, you know.
That's really great advice. So my last question for you, Aisha, is so for the applicants out there who maybe aren't sure if online education is for them, what do you think? What do you think about online? Like, what advice can you give to applicants who aren't sure if online education is for them?
Okay. I saw something that the president of UoPeople said that if you want to adopt an online pedagogy, you need to adapt the whole method. And I think that's one thing that UoPeople has done, because a lot of other schools they adapt online teaching, but it's really a bit skeletal. It's not the whole thing. So if you want to go into online, make sure you have a very interactive online. We don't even feel like it's online any longer. I feel like I'm actually picking up my bag and going to school, because the young people have made the program so interactive, so engaging, that you don't even feel alone. You feel like you're all in a classroom together. And I believe that if you join the U of People, I know that for sure that their model works. Their model is something that there is something for anyone. If you're good at discussion forums, you will stand out there. If you're good at written assignments, you will stand out. If you're good at just expressing what you have learned, just putting it in your own words, the portfolio activity will give you an opportunity to also express yourself and how you have learned. So there are different activities that there must be something for you at the University of the People.
Wow, amazing. So, Aisha, any final thoughts about you? Really given an amazing interview. Thank you so much. But any final thoughts you might have?
Well, I'll just like to say that like I have been lucky to join the U of People. I want to give everyone out there an opportunity. I hope that anyone watching this program should share it with other people. So, especially in Africa, we need help in the education sector. We need to revamp our education sector. I before you of people, things that I'm implementing at the school, I wouldn't have thought that it was possible to implement such things, because it's not easy departing from old ways. But please, if you have heard of you of people and you know anybody in Africa that wants to learn education, please share the link with them, share the websites of the you of people with them, so that we can revolutionize education, especially in Africa. Thank you.
That is an amazing way to end an interview. Thank you so much, Aisha. You've been
Thank
wonderful.
you, Jessica.
I hope to interview you again because you're so inspirational. And I want to thank all our viewers for tuning in. I see all your questions. If we haven't covered them, we will respond after this event, not to worry. Everyone loves, wow, Aisha, you were a big hit. I want to say that I decided to do an interview with Aisha because I had a lot of viewers say they wanted to hear more about the education degree. So if anybody has other topics they want us to cover, please let me know in the comments so I can do that for you, because these interviews are created for students and applicants, and we just want everyone to have as much information as possible. So don't be shy, guys. Okay, Aisha, thank you so much for tuning in. And to our viewers, thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Jessica.
Aisha, you were lovely. So
Thank
guys, if you
you.
have any questions, you can always email your advisor at or admissions@uopeople.edu. Don't forget at UoPeople, you don't have to pay any assessment fees up front. You can wait until the end of the term to pay. If you haven't applied to UoPeople yet, it's the first chance to save your spot. So I have included a link in the description of this event to apply. So thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. Any questions, like I said, ask your advisor or send an email to admissions@uopeople.edu. Also, you can always visit our website, www.uopeople.edu. And I think that's about it. I hope everyone stays safe, stays healthy, and connected with UoPeople by your side. And thank you, Aisha, and thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank
Have a great
you.
day,
Bye.
guys.
Have a
Bye.
nice day, Jessica. Bye.
Bye.